there were saddening and disturbing visuals from different parts of the United States of America and Canada too, that took out rallies for Palestine, in support of Palestine. Sadly, there have been even cheering, jeering, celebrating the murder of Israeli civilians. And this is not being done secretively, but on camera. And there are places, for example, this is Manchester in England. While Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, has said complete support for Israel, this is Canada. Look at the gathering of celebration while children were killed, terrorized. Women have been taken captive. This is Washington, D.C., supporting Palestinians. These are the visuals coming in.
یک جلوه‌ای از مقاومت و ایستادگی در مقابل رژیم پوشالی صهیونیستی که حقیقتاً این پیروزی رو باید به مردم فلسطین، به مجاهدین فلسطینی، به همه گروه‌های فلسطینی و به امت اسلامی تبریک گفت.
And I'm now going across immediately to Israel, because on the ground right now is India Today. India Today's managing editor Gaurav Sawant, who for years has covered different conflicts across the world, today is in Israel. And now I want to welcome him into this telecast. And Gaurav, whether it's Libya, whether it's Ukraine war that you've covered, and now you are in Israel, how is the situation looking like? How prepared do you think Israel is? Because it was a surprise attack they didn't expect. And we are talking at a time when there is a section that is, in many parts of the world, are supporting the Hamas terror actions also.
Israel, like India, for very long has been talking about global double standards on terrorism. The images that are horrifying the world today are images that India has grappled with for decades. And these double standards when it comes to radical Islamist terror. Of course, Israel has always stood by India. And today, when we speak to people on ground here, they actually say we thank India for standing with Israel, because this was a massacre. This was perhaps, what you read about a katleam or a massacre of innocent civilians. That's exactly what happened in Israel. And that too, one of the Indologists I spoke to here, he said, like, you have the Mahakumbh in India. The Kumbh Mela is a congregation where people from across the country get together and religious ceremonies are held and prayers are held. This was Israel's equivalent of the Mahakumbh, where everyone had gathered for a holy holiday. And that is where this massacre of innocent civilians took place on Saturday. That innocent massacre has actually shocked Israel. Nobody ever thought something like this could happen with Israel, given its security forces, given its intelligence agencies, given the amount of technology that's invested in counter-terror operations, or to know what's going on in the enemy's territory. A lot of equipment that India has bought to keep an eye on what's happening on the other side of the border is Israeli equipment. But all of that, for some reason, did not seem to work at all. The intelligence system collapsed because, Pooja, you'd recall, and people here are asking the Benjamin Netanyahu government that question, if the Hamas was putting together 5,000 rockets and more, if this kind of weaponry was being gathered, if training was given to a large number of people, then the intelligence agencies should have known, and then the nation should have been better prepared to protect its borders. It's not a very big border. It's not like, the India-Pakistan line of control or the India-China line of actual control. This is a restricted border, and even there, Hamas terrorists, in a very organized manner, managed to bring in heavy earth movers and bulldozers and breach the fence. Last when I was reporting from Israel, we were told that if anyone comes close to the fence, the Israelis are well within their rights to take that threat out or to neutralize that threat. But for some reason, because was it the festival? Was everyone on leave? What went wrong? Did the systems get hacked? That the Hamas was able to come breach the security fence, come in deep, launch an attack, and take prisoners back after massacring people. The initial information, you'd recall, was 20 killed, 30 killed, 40 killed. When that number was rising to 100 killed, we thought it was the worst that had taken place. And suddenly today, the information is 700 plus killed. It's as far as Israel is concerned, this is worse than 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks and 9/11 being put together in the context of a very small country like Israel.
And
So
they're
they're
still
saying
just
this is
ahead, Gaurav.
their
Yes.
9/11 and 26/11 moment, and they will ensure
Because
that the threat is neutralized completely.